The lighting is really not working with me right now, but I feel like it is giving a lot of the creepy Halloween vibes, so hopefully we're all here for it. I don't have a treat for you. Oh, I do actually have a treat, because I did like the options I had so far. And let's roll. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Rochelle. I read a variety of books and I also have a disability, and it is that time of the month where we do another Defend the TBR, and this time it's Defend the TBR for the month of October. Now I just want to give you a little heads up that this is the last month you might see things a certain way, because November is going to have some changes, and I promise this should be the last change that I make for Defend the TBR, but it will be something that you will really enjoy and should be excited for. So if you're curious what changes I'm making, make sure to go and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified whenever I have a new video here. Now, that being said, let's go and take a look at how we did for the month of September. So looking at September, first roll we had was a Kindle pick, which was How Bad Things Can Get by Darcy Coates. I actually did have the physical book for this one, so I ended up going and reading it physically instead of on my Kindle, just because that's kind of been what I've been preferring lately. And I did read this one, so I got a total of 4 points. Then for roll number 2, we landed on Long Rest, and for Long Rest, we get to pick a total of 3 cards and then pick 2 that we'd like to stick with and keep. And one of the cards that I picked was actually a reading prompt, which was to read 2 books from our Love It or Lose It pile, which is our unhaul pile. And if we read those, we would get a total of 6 points. 2 books that I picked for this were We Were Liars by E. Lockhart and A Stranger in the House by Shari Lapina. I was able to go and read these books, so I did get a total of 6 points. So far we have a total of 10 points. Rule number 3 was removing a book from our TBR and repick. I chose to go and forego this one just because I did like the options I had so far. So then roll number 4, we landed on another Kindle pick, which I picked Dating After the End of the World by Geneva Rose. I did finish that prompt, and we earned a total of 4 points for that, so we ended up having a total of 14 points. Now, rule number 5 was to reread a book, but I ended up not going and finishing this prompt, but because there were no points, I didn't have any penalty or anything like that. So we did finish the month of September with a total of 14 points. So adding them on to what we got from August, which was 9 points, we finished up these 2 months so far with a total of 23 points. Now, as a reminder, with Defend the TBR, the goal is to go and get 100 points so that we can defeat the monster and protect our library. So far we're 23 out of 100. I think that is a pretty good start so far, and I'm really excited to see what picks we'll get for the month of October. I'm really hoping that we get some stuff that's like the perfect creepy mood, so we'll have to go and see what we roll. Hi everyone, so we are back for another Defend the TBR. I have our little place marker where we last left off on our last round for September Defend the TBR. I also do have our little key right here in case if you need something to reflect on to see how everything works on the board. But with that being said, I think we're going to do a total of 5 rolls. I'm really in the mood to read some Halloween type of books and everything, just to get in the right mood for the month of October. So let's pick up our dice and let's roll. All right, so that is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A pet pick. Oh no. All right, let me get things set up so we can do a nugget roll. Okay, so we have Immortal Dark, Tusk Love, and I Have No Secrets. Hey, Nugs. Come on, go pick a book. Oh, heck yeah. Nugget went and picked Tusk Love. Baby. Yeah, you're such a good girl. Okay, and then second roll. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a card pick. Read a book by a favorite author. Ooh, okay, 1 second. Let's go with From Below by Darcy Coates. Roll number 3. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We got another pick a card. Whoop. Read a book that matches your shirt. All right, so this is the shirt that I'm wearing currently. So let me see what I can find that matches this. This one may be a stretch, but I feel like since I have this cozy sweater on, kind of matches this cozy sweater and those fall vibes. So we're gonna go with Fall I Want. Okay, roll number 4. We have, right, yeah. We have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll even for a free DNF. All right. So I need to get a D20, right? So I have my D20. We need to roll even for free DNF. And I got a 2. So we have a free DNF, but I think what this means is I'll probably roll again so we have a book to read, just because we'll only have 4 books at this point, potentially. All right, next roll is roll number 5. We got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to move back a space, and that's a Kindle pick. Read a book from Kindle Unlimited. I do not have Kindle Unlimited, so we're gonna redraw. Read a Kindle book you just hauled. Let me check. So the one I'm going to do for this one is Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. It is one of my books for the horror bingo, so I think this would be perfect. All right, so last roll is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay, a poll pick. So for this one, I will have to go and pick the books, and then I will go and do a poll both on Instagram as well as YouTube so we can decide what we're reading. So let me bring you over to the other screen. All right, so I hope that you're excited about these books because I am very excited for a lot of these picks. Starting off with roll number 1, we did a pet pick, which I know pet picks are definitely some of the favorites here for this series, and Nugget was definitely ready and excited. She knew which book she was gonna go for, and honestly, a dog for my own heart, because if some of you are critters like I am, you will know that October 3rd is campaign 4 for Critical Role. So Nugget obviously knew what she needed to do, and she picked Tusk Love by Thea Guanzon. So for some of you that don't know, this is actually a book that was mentioned in campaign 2 for Critical Role, Tusk Love, and it actually became a physical book. If you can't tell, because obviously I'm holding it in front of me right now. But one of the things that I love about this is that in the dust jacket, we get Jester and Ford. And Jester is one of my favorite characters. Laura Bailey is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I just had to talk about that. So this is going to be one of our books that we get to read for the month of October. And I'm honestly excited because Critical Role, enough said. So I finally get to read this, and knowing my fiance, they will want to read this right after me. And so if we are able to go and finish this book, we get a total of 5 points. Rule number 2, I landed on pick a card, and for this one, I had to pick by a favorite author. And with a lot of these picks, I'm really trying to make a dent in my horror bingo board, and if you haven't seen my video already, I'll list it down below as well as up here. But I really want to read a lot of books from that and kind of make a little bit of a dent so I don't do as horribly as I did last year. So the book that I'm picking is not only a book by my favorite author, but is also one of the books on my horror bingo board. So I'm going to go with From Below by Darcy Coates. This is one that I'm excited for, but also pretty nervous about because, to be honest, I don't have a fear of the ocean, but I do have a fear of sharks and shark-like creatures. So let's hope I don't encounter any of them in this book, because that is one of the reasons why I've kind of been putting it off for a while. It's because I'm a little bit worried. But if I do finish this book, I will get a total of 6 points, and 6 points, that is pretty nice, not gonna lie. Then for roll number 3, we got pick a card again, but for this prompt, it had to be a book that matched my shirt. And as you can tell, I have this really cozy striped sweater on. So the book that I picked felt a little bit like a stretch, but also I feel like it could be said that the character on the cover kind of is wearing a shirt that is similar to mine, just with the patterns and white and brown. So I think that this one really works well. And I think this was also one of the books that I had on my fall TBR of books that I'd really like to get to for the month. So I feel like this is also accomplishing one of the goals I set for myself. And if I do finish this book, I also would get 6 points as well for this. So a lot of the points that we're earning in this Defend the TBR episode are pretty hefty point-wise, which is kind of awesome, not gonna lie. Then for roll number 4, we landed on roll even for a free DNF, and I landed on 2. So this does give us a free DNF if for whatever reason I'm not able to read any of these books. I don't foresee that there are any books that I actually would for sure DNF, but probably would be a soft DNF if I couldn't get to them this month. Then roll number 5 was a Kindle pick. I'm definitely getting a lot of card draws for this one, and it was a book that you just hauled. This one was kind of a bit of a stretch because it wasn't necessarily one that I just hauled, but was the first one that popped up on my mind, and that was Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. It would be 4 points if I get this one done, and also would complete another spot on the horror bingo board because I am going for hard mode again. I don't know, I'm stubborn, what can I say? Then for our last roll, which was roll 6, I did actually add another roll because I was planning on doing 5, but I would like to have 5 books picked out for October's Defend the TBR. So it is a poll pick, and for this one, you won't get to see the pick this video. So you'll have to pay attention to my poll that I will have on YouTube as well as Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram handle up here as well if you're not already following me there. But I will go and have the poll with 3 different books, so you'll get to pick which one. And then for November's Defend the TBR, you will see which one we ended up having to read. But the ones that I'm going to put for this poll would be I Have No Secrets by Penny Jolson. I really do want to get a disabled thriller on my list, and I feel like I've kind of been slacking on the amount of disabled representation books that I'd like to read, so I'd like to add this one. And then Immortal Dark by Tigist Gurma. This is one that I have to read first before I do any prompts on the horror bingo board if I'd like to do it for hard mode. So let's go and add this one. And if it doesn't get picked, I'm probably still going to read it this month just so I can get that spot on the board. And then the last one I'm going to pick is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. One of the books that I read in September was There's No Way I'd Die First by Lisa Springer. And a lot of people said that this book was kind of the adult version of that one. So I've been really curious and interested to finally go and pick up this book, and I feel like that would be a perfect read to do. So those are going to be the 3 books that I have for our poll picks. If you would like to go and decide which book I should read, I will have the poll up by the time that you see this video, so definitely go and leave your votes on there. I think I'm probably going to leave that poll up for maybe 24 hours, and whichever book wins is going to be the one that is the poll pick. Whichever one wins is going to be the poll pick for our Defend the TBR. But I hope you're excited. I am too. I feel like we have a vast variety of not only like thrillers, but also some cozy romance books as well. I think that's a great variety for our October month. I am so excited for this month, but also it is going to be very, very busy. So who knows, maybe my DNF card might come in handy for this one. We shall see. But as always, if you like these videos, if you like Defend the TBR, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Maybe leave a like, possibly subscribe, because that means the world to me and lets me know that, hey, you like my little channel in this small corner of the internet. And if you got to this point in the video and you don't know what to comment, maybe go and leave fall leaves. I'm in the fall mood if you can't tell, so maybe go and leave some excitement for fall with fall leaves down in the comments. But as always, thank you again for watching this video. I appreciate you so, so much. And as always, I want to remind you all that you're worthy and capable of amazing things. Bye, friends.